Okay, hello everybody. So let me introduce myself. My name is Jelena and I will be a moderator for this workshop with Kate Patyrak. I hope I pronounced that right. She was research assistant in the field of biotechnology, and now she works for customer consultant in Elsevier, and she will guide you through our workshop for PlumX Metrics. I hope she's here. PlumX gathers and brings together appropriate research metrics for all type of scholarly research output. So I will, if you have questions, please write them in Q&A and we will answer them later. Or she will answer them and send them to you with her presentation. Is that okay? I hope. Kate?
Yes, it's
ready?
Okay. And now the question is, do you hear me?
I hope. Drahi? Yeah, okay. Kate, you can take over and enjoy your workshop. And for any questions, we'll be here later, okay?
Okay. So another question is, do you see my screen? I would like to be sure that everyone sees it. Yes, okay, so that's great. So as Jelena told me, my name is Kate Patyrak, and probably some of you know me because previously I was Kate Kryszczuk. I've recently got married and that's why I changed my surname, and please believe me, changing the surname is not an easy stuff. Some things are still on my old surname, that's why I wrote it here in the slide. So today we are going to talk a little bit about the PlumX metrics. I would like to show you where you can find the information about them, what type of metrics we have in Scopus, and how you can work with them. So yeah, now I have problems with. Okay, maybe now it's going to work. So first, few words. What is actually the PlumX Metrics? So it's Elsevier owned altmetrics company that measures the influence of scientific research. And PlumX Metrics are incorporated in many solutions of Elsevier, but not only. And as you can see here, it has quite a nice logo. And of course, we have the information about the usage, the captures, dimensions, the social media, and citations. So first, few just quick information about what we can do with the PlumX metrics. So it's tracking right now over 67 research artifacts. Artifacts means different types of research output. So we have articles, presentations, patents, books, book chapters, data sets, videos, musical scores, theses and dissertations, and more from over 50 different sources. And currently we have around 350 million interactions with over 180 million artifacts in PlumX index. So I just mentioned, but I think it's worth to say it more clearly, that PlumX metrics provide insights into the way people interact with the individual piece of research output, so with the articles and, for example, conference proceedings in the online environment. So we know as PlumX metrics, these metrics are divided into 5 categories. The first one is usage, so this one. And usage is a way to signal if anyone is reading the research. It's the number one statistic for the researchers that want to know after citations how many people are really reading their research. So how many clicks, how many downloads they have, how many views. Then we have second type of PlumX metrics, which is captures. It indicates that someone wants to come back to work, so captures can be an early indicator of citations. So we have there some bookmarks, code forks, favorites, readers, watchers. And then we have the third group, which is mentions. Mentions, mentions are the measurement of activities such as news articles or blog posts about research. Mentions is a way to tell the people that are truly engaging with the research. So we have there some blog posts, comments, reviews, Wikipedia story links. And then the fourth group, which is social media. And this is the category that includes the tweets, Facebook likes, and etc. That refers to the research. And social media can help measure, let's say, the attention, the somehow buzz of the research. So it can be also a good measure of how well a particular piece of research has been promoted, but it's also showing us how many people are really interested in what we are doing. And the last group, the group that is one of the best well-known in terms of research output and measurements, is citations. This is a category that contains both the traditional citations indexes, such as Scopus, also EBSCO, as well as citations that help indicate the societal impacts, such as clinical or policy citations. And this is a way to understand the societal impact of the research. So these 5 categories of metrics are displayed in a data visualization known as the PlumPrint. So that was this nice logo that I showed you before. Each circle, maybe I will, each circle in the PlumPrint represents the metrics in the associated category. So here you have the colors of the categories, and the larger the circle, the more metrics in the category. So just, okay. So this is the logo, and these are the colors of different groups of the metrics. And you can see that this is the example of the metric when the highest impact was from the usage, and then the impact was from the social media. And coming back to what we have in PlumX Metrics is, first of all, I would like to show you what kind of research output we have. So what kind of artifacts we have in PlumX Metrics. And that's, as you can see, a lot. I'm not going to read one by one because it would take too much time, but just to mention some of those that are important and probably well known, it's like articles, of course, blogs, also conference papers, data sets, editorials. Then you have, for example, figures, which is not so popular, interviews, of course, journals, letters, media files, also papers, patents, preprints, so web pages. So as you can see, a lot, and it's not only that we not only focused on the articles in PlumMetrics, but also in many other research output that is produced by the researcher. Telling about the PlumX metrics and how they look, it's like you can check really what is, for example, the usage, but you can also select the 1 year or 3 year, 1 year or 3 years here option, and that will change the metric count to percentiles. So it's illustrating how an article or review compares to other articles or reviews within the select time period in the same journal, how they are, what is the status, let's say. So selecting the 1 year option that compares the metric against other articles that were also published in the same calendar year. Selection of the 3 year option compares the metric against other articles reviews that were also published in the same calendar year, plus the 2 years prior. So let's imagine an example. If you select the 1 year option for an article published in 2019 and a metric category shows 90%, that means the article or review is performing better than 90% of the other articles reviews published in that journal in 2019. I think that now it's more clear. And if you select the 3 year option for the same article published in 2019 and the metric category shows 90%, then it means that the article or review is performing better than 90% of the other articles reviews published in that journal in 2019, 18, and 17. So that's how it's working, and that's why we have also percentiles. Oh, sorry. That was unexpected. Okay, we are back. So that's how it's working and how you can use percentiles and the 1 year or 3 year window for the time window. So, and then we have something that is pretty new, which is the option of the patent family citations. The idea of this is that we are showing under the article or the review what kind of patent families are connected with the article. Patent family means that we are putting together all the patents that are about one development. So for example, if the patents are all about the G proteins, then we have one group of the patents family that is called G proteins, and this you can always check what kind of patents are under this patent family. So this is an information with what kind of development the article is connected with, what kind of the tools, new tools are connected with the article that we are looking into. And one more thing is also that we make a connection with the Chinese Science Citation Database. So we don't have only, as I told you before, citations from Scopus, but also from other sources. And one of the examples of the Chinese science of the databases that we are taking citations from is Chinese Science Citation Database. This one is actually about the article that was very difficult to publish. This is an article about editing the human genes in a triponuclear zygote. So it was a kind of big influence of these articles because for a very long time it was mentioned in the media that some journals like Nature, they declined of publishing this article because of the ethics and because of the fact that there were experiments actually on humans. And one more thing about the PlumX metrics is that they are, we have also books and books chapters here, and we can plot, for example, with how many libraries hold the book, how many Wikipedia articles reference to the book, what are the reviews on Amazon about this book, or how many people added this book to their bookshelves based on Goodreads. So we know that books are often the seminal work of researchers in humanities and social sciences, and that's why we put some advanced. We tried to show what is the influence on the books by the PlumX metrics tool, and showing how that this impact by the books can be really measured. So I told you that PlumX metrics are integrated with some solutions. They are integrated with Digital Commons, which is a platform for the journals. Then we have EBSCO host. We have also, sorry, it's not really working. So we also integrated PlumX Metrics with Scopus, with Science Direct, Pure, SSRN, Mendeley. I think that's kind of popular solution. Also Engineering Village and ICSR Lab, sorry. And that's kind of information where you can find the PlumX metrics, but I think the easiest way is to find them via Scopus. That's why I would like to show you some of the examples. So I would do just short demo where you can find all the information. So first, of course, we have to go out of my presentation. Okay. And open Scopus. Let's start with the Scopus. And I will use this one. So first of all, let's try to check how it's working with the book. I found the book that's called Planning Algorithms. So we are going to look for this one. I think it's quite popular book. I would love to find a book, not really all the chapters. So I will filter it, hopefully. Oh, sorry. That's what I'm looking. So I will choose the book, maybe book series, limit 2. So it will be okay. And we have here the book. It's called Planning Algorithms. So I click on a book. And you see here we have information. So it's the title of the book, the abstract, and some other information. And on the right side, you always have information about the metrics. First is citations and field-weighted citation impact. And then we have information about PlumX metrics. So they are here, and this is a short version of PlumX metrics. You can see already that this logo is just like I told, the circles are bigger in terms of the groups that are more, I'm not going to say more important, the groups that have more information, more highlights. And if we click on more, we see the information about the citation benchmarking, field-weighted citation impact, and here again, this short version of the PlumX metrics, but we would like to see everything. So I'm going to click on See Details. And here we are. This is the page where you can check all the PlumX metrics that are for this book. So we have here citation and information, how many of them are coming from the Scopus and how many of them are from Crossref. We have information about the usage. So about the holdings from the WordCat, about how many libraries have it, abstract views, full text views, links out, downloads. Then we have captures. So we have information about readers in Mendeley. And from the Goodreads, and some information about the exports and saves from EBSCO. Again mentioned, so information about from Amazon, from Goodreads, and references from the Wikipedia. And then some information about the rating. So if the book is somewhere you can buy it, it's from Amazon, for example, the rating of the book. So that's more or less what you can find on the PlumX Metrics website about the book. And this is actually the overview. What's more, you have here highlights. Highlights, that's information that is specific about the research output that we are watching. In this case, the highlight is about the reference in Wikipedia. So you can see here what type of articles in Wikipedia are citing this particular book. Okay, so that's about the books. Now I think it's worth to show you something about the articles. So let's go back to Scopus. I'm going to close this one and I will go to search. So let's look for this, this article that I was telling you about, this one that was about editing genes that was done by the Chinese researchers. So that's the title, and let's click search. Probably too much information. I will retweet this one and I will correct. Oh, it's not my day. Let me give a moment. So hopefully I will find the article. I thought it would be fast, but it's not really working very fast, but hopefully now I will find. Okay, so here is the article. I had some misspelling in the title, and that's why it was taking so much time. And yes, so another example of the article. You find the article, you see it here, and we see all the metrics here. We can open them, check the short version, what type of information we have here. And you will see that this article was really very popular in social media, especially. They got many mentions because it was really, at this time when it was published, it was really something that shocked the environment. So you see here, we have, for example, most recent tweet, most recent mention in a blog, most recent news, of course, the article description, some bibliographic details, and a long version of what we can find. So the citations and the information, how many times it was mentioned. And as I told you before, we have mentions also from the citations from the Chinese Science Citation Database. You can, of course, click on it, so you will be directly go to this database, and you have information about the patent family citations, so information about the patents that are connected with this article, usage, captures, so how many readers we have mentioned, and you see that only one citation, 14 references in Wikipedia, and social media. And as I told you, that was a really article that was really shared and commented many times because of the ethics and some problems with it. And you can also find some rating from the Reddit. And we have also tweets. And highlights. Highlights are here, of course, so you can see that first of all, we have highlights about the patents, then news mention, which is probably, as you can see, because it was mentioned many times. And you can check each article that was mentioning this one in a media, so you can just go and read full article. That's kind of easy. You can check also blog mentions. It was also mentioned many times on blogs and some probably scientific blogs. Of course, Wikipedia reference, so you can check which articles are citing this, and you can filter the Wikipedia reference by the language. And then you have Twitter. So again, you can see the tweets that are interacting with this particular article. So that's how it looks like in terms of the articles, in terms of how it is working and what kind of highlights you can find in articles. I told you about the patent family citation, so it's worth probably to show how it is looking. You have here 3 patent family citations. One is about targeting integrations, targeted integration system and methods for the treatment of hemoglobinopathies. That was actually, the article was about how you can fight with this, how you can change the genes of this disease that is connected with hemoglobinopathies. Then you have human gene corrections and method for genome editing in zygotes. That's 3 patent families that are connected with this one. And that is something that you can check for every article that has PlumX metrics counted. And I told you about the time window. So maybe it's worth to show you. That's what happens when you have 1 year. It means that it's 100, so it's very good in citations, in usage is 990. This is actually the article that was in its years was mentioned so many times that it's in a group of the best ones. And here you have the 3-year window, which is even better for this article. And if you, for example, forget what is the definition and how we use this time window, then you can click on this eye and you will see the information. What is it? What is changing? What is counted right now? And what are the, and also the examples. So you will clearly understand what is visible here. So what I would like to add, if you have any questions about the metrics, or you just use them and you don't remember the definition of the metrics, then you can easily go to the website plumanalytics.com. This website is available for everyone. And when you click on the button Learn and then about PlumX Metrics, you will first of all see the definitions of the groups. And if you click on citations, for example, you can learn more, which means you can read what is really counted in the group of the citation metrics and what is the source of the information for the citation. So here is all information about all citations that are counted for the PlumX metrics. The same is for the usage. So you can check what type of sources we are taking into consideration when we are counting the usage, for the captures, for the mention, for the social media. So that's, I think, very good source of information for you. And also here on this, you can find the information about the artifacts. So you can find easily the information, what kind of research output is checked for the PlumX metrics. And okay, and one more thing. This is information about here is an information about with which solution actually PlumX metrics are integrated right now. So if you just want to check what is available, it's also here. So from my side, I think it will be everything. I saw that the chat was really showing that we have some questions. So I would just, I think, open this part when we have time for the questions.
Okay. So the first question was about what is the level of importance of Elsevier's metric for the scientists in Croatia? Do you know, because in Croatia, VOS is used for evaluating research output. So do you think that Elsevier metric is also the best way to evaluate things.
Right. So I think that these metrics are helpful in terms of when you want to check the influence of your research. I know that some researchers are not really interested in what kind of, I don't know, impact factor they have, but they are really interested in the fact what kind of societal impact they have on in their research. And that is why I really like PlumX metrics, because they are showing how much interest of, I would say, people who are not really working in research we get. And that's, it's not about what we need in evaluation, it's more about what we would like to check as the researcher. That's, I think, the right answer, and that's why it's worth sometimes to check what type of influence we had by our research.
Yeah, because the last question is also, which do you think PlumX actually measures, attention or impact?
It's both, I think, because attention
both,
is
yeah,
by, for example, Facebook, it's more like what kind of attention you get, but it's when you check, for example, on Wikipedia, all these references, it's more like your impact, because someone really read your article and started to cite it with in a media that is not really the research media, the professional media for the researchers, but this media that are using all the people around. So I think it's both, and it's nice to know what type of influence we have on people around, not only on the researchers.
Yeah, and this is a nice question. For example, if a tweet or a blog post is mentioned and the given artifact is deleted or updated without the mention, are then the counts updated, or
yes.
How is the counting updated?
It's updated. So if the tweet or the blog post are deleted,
yeah, okay.
If they are deleted, then it's already disappeared from the metric. So we don't see it. Because as you see, we have all the list of, for example, you can check all the list of all the tweets. So if one tweet is deleted, then we don't see it on the list of the tweets, and it's like we have one less tweet that we had.
One less, yeah. Okay, yeah, that could be a problem, possibly. We have a question from Eva. No, Zrinka. To implement PlumX Metrics to journal's website, do we need to ask some permissions, or we can copy just the code from your website?
You can just copy the code from.
You can just copy, okay.
Yes. It's just copy, and you don't need any permission. It's an open metric.
And last question is also, what would be the main advantage of PlumX in comparison to other similar programs like Altmetric? What do you say its main advantage of
I would say that
this?
That it depends what type of resources are we interested in. So it's like we have a long list of the sources that we are using for counting these metrics, and I believe it's worth to answer yourself the question, what type of sources are you interested in? So if you are, for example, checking the Altmetrics, it's the first thing is what we would like to check. It's like with this Chinese citation database. If you are interested in what kind of influence was for the Chinese people, then it's worth to have the access to the information about how many citations were in this Chinese citation database. So I'm not going to say that one Altmetric is better than the other one.
Yes, of course.
It's about checking what we need and what type of source we would like to have.
Yeah, and probably it's good to have both.
Yeah.
So you can compare all attention and impact from both sides.
I agree. I think that's very important to have a lot of options. Then you can really make a deep analysis and check what type of impact you have.
Okay, I believe that are all the questions for this. Wait a second. I believe we have one more question from Eva. I don't see it. Eva, question. This one. What do you think? Can PlumX Metrics be an indicator of the quality of publication?
I'm not in. I don't see the question.
It's in the chat. I believe it's in the chat. She sent it in the chat, so I'm not sure if she's writing it.
It's hard. I would say it's hard to say if they are the quality of publication. I mean, I'm always far away from trying to from saying that what is, how to say. I'm not sure what is right now the proper definition, which means this is a high quality publication, this is a low quality publication. I'm not really, I don't think we can easily say about the publications like this. Still, we are in the step of telling that the quality of publication is mostly connected with the journal. So we are checking the metrics of the journal, and based on this, we are trying to say this is a high quality publication. This is not. This is let's say, I'm not going to say worse. It's worse, let's say, but it's hard to answer such a question. I'm not a big fan of telling that what is the quality of publications. I heard that the best way of checking the quality of publication is checking what is the influence of this publication in 10 years, and that can be done by PlumX Metrics, but yeah, still it's hard to say if it's really a quality. We don't have clear definition what is high quality publication still in the research environment, and I don't want to
judge. But I believe it's not good to mix those two things.
Yeah, it's up to the researchers, and I think that this is the best to say. It's up to them to decide.
Yeah, they decide.
Research society is really good in checking what type of publication we have.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much also for the invitation.
Thank all our participants for asking questions and joining us. If you have more questions, you can contact Kate directly, and we will have this presentation on our website. We will share the information for that. So everybody who attended today will get your presentation. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention. I would like to share one more thing. We have Elsevier. It's called Elsevier Chwacka. It's Elsevier for Croatian, so I really recommend to go there and check. We have some information, also some information about the webinars that were done in Croatian. So I hope that
we will share it everywhere. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and
thank you all. See you on our next panel or workshop. I hope you will join us the rest of the PubMet. And I hope we see each other in Zadar next year.
I hope so. I really hope that we are going to see each other in Zadar next year.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.